just one of them nights. Yeah, one of them drunk nights. Yeah, yes, I'm tripping and I'm dipping. Yeah, one of them drunk nights. Yeah, I can't make my mind up.
Hey, Tappin with Jefe. Y'all know what it is. I got my partner GSK on this thing with me. You know, had some things in my mind, so I figured why have these conversations to myself in my brain when I can have my partner on this thing? You feel me? Gang. Anyways, my guy. So let's just get right to it. Talk of the town right now. You hear Eminem and Nick Cannon is beefing? Did you hear about that?
Of course, I've heard about that.
What are your thoughts on that?
Open Apple up and not hear about that. I think it's funny that you can have a show where people are dissing you about Mariah Carey every other episode, and then Eminem goes in on and says something about Mariah Carey, touching something from a decade ago, bringing up old wounds, but you're not callous enough right now to just let it slide.
I
feel like you're feeding into it more than anything.
This is what I think. If you go to see comedy, then yeah, anything goes. But if we're just chilling buying some blunts or something on some normal shit, you bringing up this type of shit, then it's kind of like, this isn't the arena for that. You know, there's an arena for that. He could have went on to Wildin' Out and talked all this shit he wanted, and it would have just been hilarious. But the thing about Eminem, if you notice, he never does interviews. And if he does do an interview, he does it with Sway, his employee. Eminem probably writes the questions for Sway ahead of time. Like, here, ask me this. Do not ask me this. You're fucking fired.
Sway already knows the soft spots, what not to talk about. Sway's, he's an OG. He's been around since day one. He's like 40 years in the works on TV alone.
And it's funny.
Collecting a paycheck for almost 40 years, if I'm not mistaken.
It's funny. I was listening to the Eminem's little diss track earlier, and the thing is, it's a Fat Joe song that's about this and that and the third. Eminem comes on this and just uses this time to get his issue off, and it's like in my head, it's like, bro, you should have just, if you really wanted to make a diss about Nick, you should have just kamikazed it. Just made a kamikaze type track and made it all about him, and that would be that. But you want to get on the song about peaches and cream and talk about this nigga and shit.
What really fucked me up, and I grew up with Eminem, like, not with Eminem, but to only listening to every Eminem soundtrack growing up as a child. And then to hear all this promotion from Fat Joe about his new album, super excited for Fat Joe at the time for that. And then Fat Joe's going to hit up Eminem to get him on a track, and you're going to use this time to go in on Nick? This is the time that you feel like is the time to go in on Nick about some 10-year-old beef. Not even, it's way more than that, but since last time it was really brought up.
The dude is obsessed, is what it boils down to. He's obsessed about Mariah Carey. The only thing he talks to Nick about is Mariah. That's all he ever mentions. I mean, hey, it's like two in the world of hip hop. It's like
played out for the young
niggas. Those are like your two old uncles going at it right now. You know, one of them can rap his ass off. You know, one is business minded, who's a comedian, who's gonna definitely talk his shit just because that's who he is. And a lot of people
who's gonna have cold blooded bars and who's gonna be funny and.
But I will say this.
Hard.
Nick, he from Southeast. He got his connections and his ties. You know what I'm saying? But
the whole family grew up on the camera, so of course regardless, as far as lyrically, Nick doesn't have the hits that Eminem has, but Nick's got the publicity. He's got Wildin' Out is an OG. You can't surf YouTube and not come across a Wildin' Out.
Exactly.
I can't go on Facebook without scrolling through videos and eventually a Wildin' Out coming on. You can't watch Wildin' Out and not laugh. People love Nick Cannon. Eminem's obsessed with him.
Yeah, but
bringing up Mariah Carey since like the 90s.
Hey, it's funny because Suge Knight called and he was like, Eminem was a bitch, and he also confirmed the shit about dangling Vanilla Ice. He's like, what's up? He said some I'm gonna pick him up and hang him or some shit like that. I'm like, okay, he finally admitted to that. But there's something else I wanted to ask you. What are your thoughts on YNW Melly? You know he shot a video in Temecula too, by the way. Thought it was
really?
Cool.
Where was that at?
In Duluth. I'll show you the video in a minute. But
multi-million-dollar homes. It's a beautiful spot up there.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind retiring up there.
What are your thoughts on him? You know he's charged with like a double murder.
I've read everything on that. I would like to say he's innocent until proven guilty, but that's not really the case. Especially when you're looking at something like that. You're as guilty as could be, even if did he bail out?
No, he's fighting it right now.
But he's fighting it in obviously double murder.
Yeah.
You're not bailing out on that. They're going to treat him the same. He's sitting in jail. He has to go to court shackled up. That doesn't look good for him. Hopefully he has an amazing lawyer when he goes to court. Over time, maybe they can get certain things reduced, bail out, fight it from the outs. As far as what he's fighting on his case, I couldn't tell you anything about it.
Bro, I'm pretty high right now. And I just thought about the time when I went to the strip club with Kenny and this chick juiced him real quick. What do you think is proper strip club etiquette?
As far as...
For dudes.
Period?
Yeah. What do you... From a dude's perspective. Because bitches will say, yeah, one thing. But what do you think from a dude's perspective? Like, how much you think a motherfucker should take up there?
When I go to the strip club, when I went, I took $300.
Okay.
No intentions on spending all of it. But I've never been to a strip club before. This is my first time I ever went. This is the day before I got married. And the homies hit me up, and they're like... No, they didn't even hit me up. The wife hit up the homies, and they pulled up and loaded me up in the car. Didn't even tell me we were going. We went to this spot in the east side LA, and when I got in there, there was an 8-foot girl, no offense. There was no chest, no ass.
Oh, she was just an ironing board, front to back.
All of it. There was not
Bitch looking like
one
a
girl
runway.
in there where I'm like...
No bumps or nothing.
I'm
Smooth
waiting
as hell.
to watch
front
that
and
one
back.
right there. Or the second they start promoting lap dances, $45 an hour, whatever, or a minute lap dances, whatever. There was not one in there that I was just like, there she is, right there.
Mm-hmm.
So I went with Big Bird, and she fucked my legs up. When I got married, bruised thighs. She was just up, down, up, down. So, me personally, $150.
That's what
Walk
I
in.
I think $100. That's it.
$100 and $150 if you're going with your boys. Like,
Nah,
we're not
$60.
We're not going for BS. We're going to have a good time. $150.
No, 60. I'm not the one that's gonna be there to pay
60
these
bucks?
hoes rent. No, that's why they got all these other dudes that'll do this. You know what I'm saying? Females could tell. You can look at
But
a dude
how
and
long do you
tell.
plan on being there then?
Nigga, not that damn long. Go in
That's
there
what
and
I'm
watch a
saying.
couple doll dances,
To be
throw
honest,
a couple
though,
singles, have me
it
some
really is
beers.
a try and tease. I don't see the whole point.
Yeah, the hell,
don't
I
see
ain't
the
finna
point
get
of
no
it.
lap dance and fucking leave out of there with a boner the size of a beer bottle because I didn't get the, you know what I mean? That shit's whack. You go to a strip club, you throw money, you drink a beer, you talk shit. Dog, oh, funny thing. We went to a strip club. I swear to God, I don't know how it happened, but this bitch started doing push-ups on stage. It was the funniest thing. I swear to you, bro. She like did
Where
this.
was this at?
In Orange County. She did a perfect form push-up, nigga. She said like this, like, I don't know, it was funny. Her back was all flat and straight and everything, with the heels on too. I don't know. These thoughts is crazy nowadays. Man. Gotta be careful. That bitch could get.
I wouldn't mind
a left
going to a
hook.
spot like if I went to a spot like what Cardi B. And
See, that ain't in
J-Lo,
California.
No. But I wouldn't mind like
I wanna
if
see that
if
movie.
I'm going there, I wouldn't mind going to a spot that legit put it on like that. That I would pay for.
Have you
I
seen
would
that movie?
not pay to get taken advantage of after.
Have you seen that movie?
The what?
Have you seen that movie,
Hustlers, yeah.
You
Just
seen
watch
it?
Just watch it.
Oh, I gotta watch it. Don't
Shout
tell me
out
about
Cardi
it.
B.
It's
Shout
lit
out
or what?
J-Lo. Shout out all you guys.
Hella cakes, clapping. Round of applause. The whole movie, huh?
And honestly, I could do my research and I wouldn't even know. But I think Cardi B had a part of right in that. I really feel like with
I wouldn't
everything she's
doubt it.
facing as far as taking advantage of certain customers, I think she really was that person that they wrote the whole movie about.
Bro, you know what?
But the movie, like just the start of the movie,
Uh-huh.
is J-Lo walking up on stage.
Nice.
And she has what feels like a 15-minute spot of just... like, even my wife is just like we love...
I mean, that's Jenny from the block,
we
dog.
love it. Her dad goes to Vegas all the time to watch J-Lo. Like,
Oh, he loves it.
The whole family.
He's
is a
obsessed.
J-Lo fan.
He's obsessed with her.
All the sisters and brothers.
Like Eminem's obsessed with Mariah?
Exactly.
Oh, number
That
one
perfect.
fan.
That's a good way to put it.
That's a good way to put it. Hey, bro, I was on Instagram the other day. I mean, I don't know. My likings for this guy is fading away, but his music's still good. R. Kelly's tour manager is going to testify about him buying Aaliyah a fake ID. Like, that's heavy, bro. He's screwed because he got her pregnant in some motion and married her with that fake ID. See? But it's fucked up how they do him like that and Harvey Weinstein's somewhere chilling in the penthouse. still doing what he does. You know what I'm saying? It's not fair. I understand R. Kelly's in the... Fuck that. Both them niggas is some weirdos. Fuck both of them. Put them on Alcatraz. Leave their ass on the fucking rock, nigga. We got R. Kelly's music. We don't need him. Shit.
You barely even have R. Kelly music now.
R. Kelly's music is timeless. But that nigga got issues.
Rewind.
That nigga need help. Not even weed can help him. Jesus is having a time trying to fix that motherfucker.
First of all, his tour manager is broke, sitting at home right now, thinking about any way he can get a buck. And he's like, you know what? I told him I would never do this, but he's in jail. What's he gonna do? And he sells his fucking story out. Sells him out. He's already in jail. What are you gonna do? Add more time?
He's fucked.
Dude's already sitting in jail. And he's not only sitting in jail, but I guarantee you more is gonna come out of the woodworks about R. Kelly. If you're already doing what you're doing and you're in your head you're getting away with it, sorry to say it, but you're just like the last guy and the guy before that and the guy before that, where it wasn't just one story, it was story after story after story after story. A couple years later, more stories.
Yeah, bro. Real quick, I wanted to wrap this. Say one more thing. Who do you think's the hardest artist in the game right now? Number one. Who do you think's the biggest?
Drake, obviously. I think Drake's, but I think
That's what
the baby is 2 weeks away from being in Drake's spot.
I think
The Drake has just had such a long ride. Shout out to Lil Wayne for putting him on. Tunechi, Weezy,
Drake. I
Weezy
say
F baby, whatever.
I say the baby. Honestly, the
The
baby.
baby. No, the
Like
baby.
right
as
now,
of right
this year,
second,
2019, I would say it belongs to the baby.
as far as